Hello and welcome back, my friends. This is Hambbage, and thanks for tuning in for a late night edition of Hambbage Hardcore Vanilla Minecraft. Um we're we're much later in the day where we actually built our home in the Badlands biome. And are gonna try to make a return trip. This may be a fairly quick episode. We're we're doing all right in that regard, though. We had a very long one while we were trying to finish up the house. It actually went an extra hour from what I would normally do. So, apologies for the run long. The rule number one. I'll try to think about that here for a second once we get going. So there's two things I'd like to do as the world fires back up here. We can do these while it's nighttime here. The first is to go back down into our basement because we did not, while we remembered to light the portal, which was hugely important, equally important is to get the exact coordinates of our portal. We want to try to get that as exact as possible. So we're looking at negative 9994 on the X and negative 5899. I mean 5900, whatever. We're going to be dividing these numbers anyway. So let's I won't share for you here, but I'm just jotting those down. 4 and so pretty close to what we were at. Again, we kind of shot under. We shifted by. The main one was on the X coordinate. We moved almost 15 blocks, and that could be enough there to not link if we'd gone for the original. On the Z axis, we're now at negative 5898 and had been at negative 5900, so that probably would have been okay, but being off that much on the X would have likely caused some trouble. We would have gotten a separate portal. Again, we would have been pretty close, I think, but we're not playing for close, so I'm going to give a save to that in the notepad. Again, sorry that you guys didn't see that, but better not to have a big distraction. And while I'm thinking about it, let's just make sure you guys don't have any slides in front of your view. So cool. That was really important that we do. And the other thing I'm kind of thinking here, once we've got a nice evening in our new home, we'll, at some point, someday, probably, we'll come back and finish up, some of these walls. I said maybe we put up a loft. I'd definitely like to get those stone pillars up to full height, but nothing should spawn up there. We're pretty secure indoors here, so we're just gonna take a quick nap. We're packed up and kind of ready to fly, but I do wonder if while we're here we've got, again, I was very ready to, I think the blue box is full. This one, however, we've still got some room in, and I think we can leave our potions as, we can leave our fireworks as is. We don't need to go out of our way. Let's put the obsidian back, though. And probably okay to just to avoid. Oh, I can't figure out what I did with them. Where'd they go? Okay, here. Let's do one of those and one of those, and let's just save those here. One internet point to anybody that decides to let me know if in episodes future when we do come back here, if I don't think of those or don't recall them to grab those up. So we'll need the rockets, but I do think let's leave these for just a sec. Did we ever put a door in our basement? I don't know that we did, and that's maybe a good place to start. I was really thinking, like, okay, you know, we're going back. We're gonna fly direct. We made a bunch of rockets. Why don't we just load up a little bit more? We've been talking about how many resources are plentiful down here. Why not take full advantage here while we're around and just stock up? You know, I was thinking, like, okay, this is probably going to be pretty quick if we just fly with level 3 rockets. We'll probably get home without too much delay or diversion. But was it down here that we had a whole new section? Yeah. And I think this just kept going and going and going. So let's do some quick mining. Caving mining. Just to grab up gold and coal while we're here. We'll need to do a bit of repair, certainly on the wings when we get back. But I can't recall. I think maybe we got all our tools squared away before we kind of finished up back here, but no problem having some excess coal ready to go. So I think we just kind of head deeper here. You can hear the spiders, so we're close. And then, yeah, as we talked about while we were kind of in the midst of building, we may need to do a bit of an experiment, just to see what or how experience is handled when we're cooking with our hoppers. I hope we'll still get some good XP out of those. It would be a shame if we didn't get any, but I also how does this end our maybe there's levels here. I don't recall exactly. I was thinking, like, wow, this is way too good for what we should be getting in terms of coal, iron, gold, but maybe below a certain level we just get back to kind of standard cave supplies. In which case we'll just kind of go back up and we can clean in the mine, and we can wow. There's a lot of stuff down there, but again, not the gold anymore that we had been seeing. We are down to redstone. Don't mind grabbing a bit more stone while we're here either. So, the rule number 1, it's not my fault. It's funny when one of my good friends and his wife were, raising their kids when they were at a little younger age. His wife, and she's a good friend too. myself and a couple of our other all mutual friends were, like the close family friends around. And, they were trying to teach these kids who they obviously trusted, that they wanted them to understand, hey, these are trusted adults. You can be at ease around them. They're people. If you ever have trouble or something, you can go to them for help. All that kind of stuff that you do with kids. That these aren't strangers. These are friends. These are good people. And it kind of went too far the other way for a bit. It was, they're just little kids, and they're kind of learning, and the parents were trying to be cool with other adults that don't have kids, aren't necessarily parents themselves, but this woman would always say, do you remember rule number 2 to one of the kids? And yeah, I remember rule number 2. She's like, all right. And we were like, after a while, like, what's rule number 2? Why do you always say? She's like, what's rule number 2 to the kid? And it's like, personal space. Like, what? Like, rule number 2 is personal space. You don't invade people's personal space. You don't, just get up on their laps without, being invited, that kind of stuff. It was just a little toddler type age kids, but it was this cute little way. And then it was like, well, for a while we all kind of laughed about that. And it was like, yeah, you got to be good kids. Rule number 2, and she did it to be cool, like, hey, if you've ever had enough of these kids, and they're hanging out, but they're kind of, demanding attention like they would of parents instead of just friends, just remind them rule number 2, and they know what that means. You've got our blessing as parents to kind of remind them, and that's cool. So it was a very nice thing to do as parents for friends. I thought it was very. You almost got killed there, buddy. Don't just assume that people are going to be responsive to Endermen walking up in their faces. So yeah, but after a while we're like, well, if that's rule number 2, and it was like regularly cited to the kids. It kind of got to be this deal, like, all right, rule number 2. Finally, we're like, so if that's rule number 2, what's rule number 1? Like, seriously, like, we never hear about rule number 1. That must be really bad. And she's like, kids, what's rule number 1? Mommy loves you. Like, oh, that's awesome, like, because and I think that's so important for, again, I'm not a parent, and I know no parent needs to hear from non-parents about raising kids or anything. I certainly don't, I'm an uncle. I certainly, had responsibility and had no problem with kids in that regard. But at the end of the day, you wash them off and hand them back, so to speak. So it's like a rental car kind of deal. Fill it up with gas and you're done. Your responsibility's over. Well, I just thought that's, anytime that you're trying to teach your kids and having to repeatedly remind them, because young kids, they just need reminders of stuff. Their brains are still forming. Yeah, you've told them, but that doesn't mean that it's gonna just stick. You got to do some reinforcement. You got to put the time in, and so they were doing that. But she was just like, yeah, I don't want them to think I'm just getting on their case. So anytime that I have to kind of have a reinforcement of stuff, I want them to understand that first and foremost is that I do it because I love them. I was like, oh, that's so cool that as a parent you think through that part and keep going. So when I see that rule number 1, I'm like, oh yeah, but rule number 1 is really your mommy loves you, which of course for all of us, I mean, who isn't that true for? It's so So, parent, if you can't count on the fact that your mother loves you, you're in trouble. So, um, all right. Well, we we didn't just blow the doors off there, but we got some stuff. We also got a bunch of junk. Got a box for that now, though. And of course, we didn't get any gunpowder out of that. I think, did we still have? Did we make everything that we had here at the end? We should put this out if we're still messing around. Yeah, we've got almost 2 full stacks. I don't know if this is a new sleep, if we'd slept the last time or not, but let's run back over to the mines. We should take down that ladder eventually, but if we're going to make a loft, we can leave it for a bit. I think we packed the boat away, so we'll just swim it. And again, we've seen we've got so much mine to play in here, and it's so loaded with goodies. It feels like a shame not to grab a few more. Maybe the goodie that we should be focusing a bit more on, honestly, is grabbing more of this sand and getting up. You know what? Absolutely. I don't know what I'm thinking. This is our next building necessity. We've got lots of coal and gold and all that. We're not going to be short on any of that stuff. Let's go here. I should really do this back at the base too, but we'll kind of clean up over here too, since we're over here. Good idea, folks. So hope everybody is having a good day. Good, this will probably be posted by morning time in the U.S. and we're heading towards a weekend. It's actually later on a Thursday night for me right now, but I do think. Do hope everybody's looking forward to their weekends. If you get a weekend, some people kind of work on schedules where the weekend may be the busiest time, or it may be kind of indifferent. Mine's a little bit of both. Mainly because I am pretty flexible. I tend to, the weekend tends to be more socially stuff. You have more other people that may be more locked into regular jobs. So in that sense, it still becomes kind of a socializing time, highlight of the week type time. But in a lot of ways, especially with the pandemic, it's really changed for me since I can be flexible. I really don't do a whole lot out on weekends these days. It's it's when places are crowded. Now, fortunately, as of today, I think the president had a press conference, and I think everybody kind of knows this is coming, but he's kind of saying, hey, if you've been vaccinated, you shouldn't need masks anymore, and that's kind of coming. The CDC, the Centers for Disease Control. I think everybody now knows. It used to be that was kind of like movie lingo, and I think most people knew because there are enough movies over recent years that have been around contagion, outbreak, all those kind of things that and all the various zombie stuff. First season of Walking Dead, I think, was when they were trying to get to the CDC. So I think a lot of people know what that is. I don't think that's very obscure at all, but it was nice to hear, that. And I know, I think the main thing for everybody is just stay within your comfort. And, I hope, I know it's it's kind of an ongoing thing to try to encourage people to get vaccinated. And I'm mixed feelings there. I am so pro-vax. I think this should be a no-brainer for people. And my take is that while it's maybe a difficult position to put businesses into, but so like if they have to try to verify whether people are vaccinated or not, in terms of what kind of services they can enjoy, or how what that has to look like. But we also have to, if I want to buy beer, less often now than it used to be, especially since my beard is growing out and makes me look even older. I still have to show ID, if I want alcohol or something, and that kind of goes without saying. Sometimes you have to do that. Now we all have a card that says, hey, you were vaccinated on this date, you got this particular type, all that. Make that into an easy deal for businesses to check and verify, and let them, actually incentivize them. And the government certainly does plenty to incentivize. Think about cash for clunkers a few years back, and green initiatives and all that kind of stuff for building. The government definitely can encourage businesses to take lines, and while it may not be something where you have to require it, the government can do a lot in terms of incentivizing businesses to, restaurants and stuff like that. Just put it in as a temporary return to normalcy type measure that for people to dine in a restaurant without masks, full capacity and all that, or sit in an area that is full capacity with others, they have to be vaccinated. And I think it's that pressure of, these are privileges and things that just get easier if you've taken it. Right now it's like, I know here in Colorado we have an awesome concert venue. Make it a bucket list. If you've ever enjoyed live music of any kind whatsoever, there are a couple of different venues in the country that I think are ultimately must-sees. I think to the extent it's possible, and I don't know how much music or anything they do anymore, but I think the Hollywood Bowl or Chez Ravine, one of the two in kind of the LA area, is a really cool kind of outdoor type venue place to be. I think the what's the Columbia Gorge one in Washington State that looks out over the Columbia River, another awesome outdoor venue. And I would put up with anyone in the country that Red Rocks is an elite level concert venue. Being nestled as it is in the rock formations in the cliff, the natural acoustics, the history behind it, how it came to be, and that it's just a city-owned deal. It's way out west, right up against the foothills, so not in downtown Denver at all. But it's a Denver municipal type deal, and if you go in there, it's got quite a museum, kind of in the downstairs area, and you can go. They do lots of different activities. I think there's some yoga type events and all that kind of stuff just on random weekday mornings. They've got a Colorado Visitor Center kind of down by one of the parking lots that's totally unvenue related, but has touristy type gear and all that kind of stuff. And the whole area is with spread out parking and all that is kind of just in these rolling parks. And a great place to hike. There's loads of wildlife and stuff out there. I used to do a lot of photography in that area, just on non-event days. But really, really cool place to see a show. And the reason I'm talking about that now is that I saw, there. It's a cool thing. I'm not opposed to it, but they're like, oh, for anybody that will come to, or for every live event, they're at limited capacity now or whatever, but for every limited capacity, they'll have 100 available doses of the Johnson & Johnson vaccine, which I guess is now back to good again. I don't know. I was supposed to have had that, and when the day I was supposed to get it, that was when they had the issues and they temporarily stopped it. But I guess it's back to good now, so it must have worked that out. But I was watching the news last night, and they were saying, yeah, for any future events, for the foreseeable future, whatever, they'll have 100 doses of the Johnson & Johnson vaccine available, and you can, one-stop shop, just walk up and while you're there. And then they'll give you like a commemorative t-shirt for I guess it's like 80 years at the venue or something like that. And they'll give you like a concessions voucher or something. And that's cool. And I've heard, lots of different places are all doing similar stuff. And I'm like, yeah, I get it, but that's not a real meaningful way to get people on board with this stuff, right? Just point out the obvious that, hey, your life can be easier and simpler day to day if you just get this done, right? And don't fight against it, but you're not going to, my take is that the people that aren't getting it now, everybody's had an opportunity at this point, right? And yeah, maybe some people, it's a ride makes a difference or whatever. That's all great. It's one of those deals, but I really, I think anybody that's really wanted it at this point has gotten it. So then it really becomes why are you resisting? Is it health concerns? Is it political? Is it any other, valid holdbacks? I'm not sure what all those are, but I do think it's better. One of those better things to kind of reinforce here's how to make it easy long term than, oh, here, get a plastic cup at the gas station. What it's kind of boggling, but people don't, in my opinion, people don't respond to just the little things, because then they're going to hold out and they're going to be like, well, if you're offering that now, then maybe you'll offer me something more if I just wait longer. We don't want people to wait. We want people to get the vaccine. So make it unavoidably desirable in that sense. All right. I didn't want to put on the wings yet because I want to make sure we're clear of any lingering overnight. We got rockets. We've got things. I'm going to real quick. Oh, that wasn't it. Check the negative 546, 1375. Negative 546, 1375. We are at... Oh, come on. I'm not trying to find stuff in the notepad. We are at... So we got to go 9,500. 9,500 blocks on the X and about 7 on the Y. So quite a ways, but let's get that out of the way. Now this should get us a good chunk of the way. Oh, it's so beautiful. You wonderful biome, you. Alright. Enough of that. Now, the nice part about this is, compared to previously, we can kind of do up and down dips. We don't need to get a whole long look. If the main thing that we're now still looking at is, are there any jungles? So, that's looks like giant tree taiga. That's pretty cool. Don't want to dip too far off that horizon, because then it might load and you might find you're burning in. Oh, there we go. We're already like a quarter of the way. And we're also like 300 blocks up, which is why we're probably not seeing too much. We'll go till we're at about 5, and then kind of circle around, see what we're over. Ooh, snowy trees, it looks like. Still snowy. Let's see if we can, it's a pretty gradual. We don't want to stall, we want just a real slow descent. Slow and steady. And what did I say, negative 13 or regular 13? Regular 13? Positive 13. Alright. We can kind of inch back to the east here. And you can kind of see, I'm just creeping a little bit to the left, but you can kind of see which numbers are spinning faster and which are slower. The further you go one direction to the other, you'll actually kind of tip out. Lots blue on blue. I don't know which is more entertaining. Just listening to the wind and not knowing if you're imminently going to burn into a tree, or actually having some numbers to look at as you go. Oh, we got some beach. More ocean, beach, river, what? Now we definitely want to start swinging back. Southward a bit. I suspect those are maybe some of the trees that we sailed over. Some of that giant tree taiga that we marked out, like maybe over on this point-ish or somewhere. That's a total guess, but I kind of think that was about where we found it. Right? We came in and got some spruce wood and some saplings, podzol. So now we're getting to the point. Do we see torches down there? So that's a temple we've already visited. This should be coming back up to our kind of savanna area. This is the village, not the one on the coast, but the one kind of in the middle that we cruised through early on. This is the desert, I believe, that's going to end up being our quarry. See torches? Yep, we got torches on that one. Aerial view, get ready for our home. I think these are our buddies. A little dock sticking out. Our cartographer lives right in that hut. Here comes the lodge. Oh, do we feel like champions or what? Hi, guys. I guess we did fly in from the other direction. There's our trees with their torch or their lanterns now. Our finished tower with our flag flapping in the breeze. Our farms. Oh, it's so wonderful. And our pets. Now, how precise a landing can we get? Pretty good, huh? Alright. We are back triumphant. What's up, S'more? How you doing? Did you take care of the other guys? See, that's always the trick. You tell each of them that they're the one that's responsible for the others. Guava buddy, how you doing? Oh, we've been so many cool places. So exciting. So much to do, but first things, and that, without looking at all the biomes, just going up, flying straight, you go fast, it all goes. So let's recount our trip a bit. We had some very big wins. We found the biome we were after. We made a new home. Did I store two? No, I had to. I had to when I used one of the ocean explorers, right? And then we lost it because we. No, I think we put it down here, right? We just did it close to home and brought it back. I'm trying to think here. Yeah, that's our ocean explorer map. Cool. All right. What's up, Salty? We're home. We missed you. Okay, orange box. Rockets away. Full elytra away. Lots of good stuff. I think first thing is to do our experiment here and see. We're going to listen if there's any XP to be had out of the current cook. So we're at 55, just a tick away. Nothing there. So I'm a little hesitant. We got lots of copper left. I'm a little hesitant to cook gold in there. Yeah, we'd get a lot of gold. We've only got, we've only got 2.5 full stacks of ore, so that would be totally wasteful. So we'll start these cooking up here. And what else do we got? Coal and the redstone are going to be XP. What was in our blue box? So this was kind of the random trip stuff, right? We got just that, But let's unpack a bit here through the night, Let's kind of let it wind back down a bit. And again, I don't think this episode is going to go extra long where we went so long on the previous one. And it's late here. Late for me, and I'm not used to being that guy. And, I don't mind staying up for some stuff, but I don't think I'm going to just, completely stay up through the middle of the night. Just to say I did, right? Let's get these up, because we've got stuff we can do with them maybe up here. That we can certainly scrub. That has nothing on it. Then, alright, so we'll switch you with you, and then maybe, oh, we're close on the shirt. I haven't even found any chain shoes yet. But our gold is all set. So now when we go down to drop off all these fortunable things, maybe we should actually do that. Oh, do we have I think all the rest of our tools are in good shape, right? But just to be, the shovel and the pick that we got here are a little dinged up. No. Yeah, this one. So let's just do these while we're back. Get a fresh start with our fortune pick. It would have been so nice to have it so many times. Take a sip of water here. All right, that good. I'll share a little bit about my evening too, because it was really fun. let's put those back on, and let's put you in the hand first. I guess we can go like this. So yeah, I said early on, got stuff to do through the afternoon. Gonna go hang out with some friends. Totally did all that. It was beautiful out. Probably the nicest day it's supposed to be this week, because now we get back into chance to showers, and by late in the weekend, beginning of next week, it's gonna be pretty constant. I think is what they're saying. So it was fun to get out. We ended up going and throwing some discs, which was nice. A little wet. We didn't play a full 18 because there was mud. Oh boy, I didn't think about all this. Actually, temporarily store those. Oh, and this can combine here. Alright, let's get some of these we can combine into blocks, and that'll clean up quite a bit. I just don't want it to despawn. Now that we've got the fortune axe that we said we were waiting for, won't give us a whole lot yet, but despite being kind of tedious, will give us a chance to clean this up without having to make a lot of runs up and down. And come daytime, we can go out and clean up all the sandstone, get another box set up for the red stuff. Definitely not going to start in on the building with that yet. I think we've done a bit of building here in the last couple of episodes, so consider that going well. And find some other stuff to do just for a bit, but definitely on the list now is Darkroom. I think we're all set to cover that. Alright, so let's just do this. That's all the coal. Block up the rest of it. Okay. Next up, these guys. I don't know if I just punted some of that through into the other realm or not. Oh, speaking of which, though, let's go through. Get rid of these pants. That'll get us back another inventory spot. Kinda ready, because this would be a good game taking a bit of revenge situation. And I'm gonna risk the queue. Alright, we didn't need those, so that frees up a spot. Man, we still haven't fixed anything. Seemed like those were doing a lot better for us XP-wise when we were in the Badlands. But then I think we only had one pick to fix and ended up doing like 4 stacks, right? So this should get us moving. Get the wings back to healthy, then they won't be splitting as much, and the tools should go pretty quick, but we don't have a ton of quartz left either. guys, we can combine all at once. Top that off. I think that little jump would indicate that the wings are now all back to full strength, and now we're just working the pick here. That was an oops. We'll go ahead and do all the quartz first. Okay, let's see if he can finish this pick. And hopefully the gold will, oh man, not quite. No! No, 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 no. Get out. There. Let's go over to the quartz. Blocks and bits. Okay. Switch those. Now we can put a little random cobble. So I think I really liked having the I don't want to take everything upstairs. We could store it in the boxes down here, but not necessary. Alright. Empty, and lots of cobble. Oh, and we're not messing with that. That's a sucker's bet. Not even very well stifled yawn. Apologies if that got loud at all. Do we have any just sand? Smooth. I think most of what we got is regular. Or not. Smooth, smooth. There we go. And then chisel and cut. There we go. Something like that. Should work. Now, what do we think? There's still, oh, nice. Okay, so before we take that out, let's not waste the possibility on a pick that's almost fully fixed. I don't know how much this is going to give us or not, but not overwhelming, was it? All right. Well, we can still cook the remaining gold in the iron. We've already got a few stacks. Let's just block this up. Not bad in terms of extra gold, just from kind of filling our pockets before we left. And that stuff is all over the place up there. It does also reinforce just how, excuse me, just how good those broken portals are when you can grab gold blocks as they sit. All right. This box is back to full. Guess for the time being, we'll leave the worst in hand. We still have to figure out what to do with that. Got a lot more of this stuff. Ooh, there's some hat. Guess we can, okay. You. I'll keep those. These go in there. We got a stack of those. Haven't done anything with this yet. Now we got a few things over here. What are we? TNT's just down in the basement, I believe. Let's put this helmet for the chain stuff. Oh, we can make another armor stand. I forgot about. Nope. It is down here. Ooh, those should finish up, I think. Yeah, look at that. First piece of chain all ready to go. Okay. Oh, tummy's rumbling. So anyway, my friends and I played some disc golf today. It was nice. Very, very chill, but I was enjoying it. I don't know what. We're all pretty bad. Like, everybody's got their strengths. We've been playing for a few years, but not like super competitive or anything like that. You see some people that are out there with like just crazy bags full of discs. I got like an old backpack, and I have maybe 10 or so. And sometimes it's bad, and you lose a few. And the times you hold on it and use them for quite a while. But I don't know. I was on it with my putter. I was just draining shots from distance and felt really good. So that was fun. And then one of my friends that lives kind of by the course was like, "Oh, well, why don't you guys come over and we'll do some grilling and hang out after." And that was really nice too. It was certainly not an expected deal. We were kind of planning to go out and get something out on a deck. It was a nice enough night and grab a beer or something like that, and ended up another buddy of mine and I that I just carpooled. I knew I was going to kind of take it easy and could easily give a ride. So I was like, well, hey, if you're at all interested, okay, so we got a couple channelings. We really don't need two, but that's all right. Next thing, downstairs, all the way downstairs, because I believe that's where all our frames are. We're going to get one frame. Here. We're going to put away this TNT. Here. Golden apples. That. Oh, I have that out because I lit the portal back at the other base. That's going to go in our hand and really should be there right now. Those two we just carry around. We got tools to put away. Just going to go back upstairs. And I don't know how to craft the item I want. Secondary. First primary is, let's put you right there. Pride of place. Always visible to us. Awesome. Now, paper. We got paper, or if not, we can, that's a map. We got our sugar. I think we just slept, though. Oop, stuck on the lantern. How many times does that happen? We got plenty of sugar here. So nice. We don't have to grow sugar to make rockets. We just get it done. All right. Yeah, I didn't expect that to be as easy a recipe as it was. So there. Thing. All right. Now, got some white. I'm thinking, I don't know what the official colors are, but again, we're, wait, I don't think I can do that with redstone. Certainly do it with this, though. Now, oh, we need to make a banner first. Handy, we have one stick. Okay. White. Then over here. Not bad, huh? And we keep the pattern. Let's go put that away safely, because that's as treasured as the apple, right? That's kind of a one of a kind. Then what did we... Oh, we put the snout out in the world, but maybe we make another snout and just kind of make a gallery of all the different, because we'd like to get them all, right? All the special pattern banners. We've now got 3 of the 6 that are available in Java. So we have the pig snout, we have the globe here. The pig snout we just have in the nether right now, but we've got the pattern. We can make another one of those. And oh, the oxide daisy one, we can make that right now too, I think, right? We were gonna bring, I think we still have daisies though. I think they're just out at the bees. I don't think I have any in here. Oh, let's go. So good. No daisies. Oh, man. That stinks. I know I've got a flower forest all the way over in the distance. What do we think? Can I get this other guy to tank his buddy here? Whoa, that came right through his head. Come on, man. Maybe he can't be shot in the boat, at least by him. Dude, you're hitting me with like an enchanted bow, dude. Really not cool. Really? Alright. That's fine. We haven't had any calcium in a while, so we'll drink some milk. It's not 11. I think I started after 10 my time. You know, yeah, I know some of you guys are like, that's all late. What are you talking about? Well, yeah, if I go to midnight, that's pretty late for me. I'm usually in bed by this hour, frankly. We need milk. What happened to our milk? Fortunately, we can solve this. I think we've got one in the to go, but I'd like to have a couple around. Alright. Did my body good. Oh, we still gotta put all that red. Did we put all that red sand away? Maybe we did. No, we haven't emptied the box yet. We just put the chests out. Alright, well, that's a good reminder. So flowered forest. We can zip on over there. That way. I can't remember. We started like way down in the basement or something, putting the banners out and about. What did we have over in this one? Nothing. Let's put banners in there. Just the ominous. They're gonna pile up pretty quick. Did we have 2 full crossbows? Got 1. Is the other one down? I think we had 2 partials, right? Yes. So let's do that. Alright, I think from there, any future crossbows are irrelevant and redundant. We can still do plenty of enchanting, but I'm actually going to hold off on that for a while. Just kind of rack the whatever levels we can get as we go. Oh, we got all these. I forgot. Those are awesome. We don't need those in that box either. And we should put away our fortune axe. I think if we put it in here, at least until the netherite, because this will be the last thing of anything that I netherite, because it heals all the time, right? The extra durability really means nothing to us there, because the mending is always going to be keeping it topped off. So that will help distinguish it once we get all of our other picks netherited. So got a plan forward there, and that's job 1, right? Now, let's put these in here for now. What do I want to do with my... Let's put the name tags up here. Because we'd use them with the anvil, right? And that'll be a place where we'll see them sort of regularly. Or maybe not, but if we start getting in a panic and looking will know where they belong. Alright, man. It's the first, like, real reminder. You remember when we used to have a green shulker box that went over on that side, too? Alright. Last but not least, let's clean all those up. In here. In here. And then all the red sandstone. And this is good. Looks like sun is starting to head down. This away. Let's get rid of these just as we're going into evening. We don't need them. There's no real point. At some point, we should really get a cactus trash can situation going somewhere up here where we don't have to run downstairs and go into the nether. And we have to decide, do we just kind of reallocate our pig snout to go in the banner gallery for the time being? Or do we just make another? Oh! What? What did I do with that? Oh, man. That's gonna look terrible. And now you won't come out? They're gonna be upset. I mean, like, what? We thought that was you being cool, and you just took it down. There'll be more, don't you guys worry. I got the pattern, so we can keep making those all day. Is that really always a hole? No. Or is that just stone now? Man. Oh. Totally not doing the one thing I'm here to do, which is to get rid of these tools. Oh. Oh, man. Alright. Do those. Come down here. You. And you. Alright, so for the time being, we'll bring our snout banner back up. Oh, we can buy pink banners too. I forgot about that. So yeah, we can totally do up a bunch of pig snout banners. Easily enough. I think we can do that. And we'll just space out. Eventually, we may move them all over, but at least for now, the only other one we're gonna have at the moment is gonna be the daisy. Then probably Wither Skelly head next, and finally the creeper head. We'll see. See what comes of them. That's pretty cool though. First I've made a pattern in the game. Okay. Now, is it still nighttime? It is. Back to here. This is what I told you guys. Once you get them, it's pretty difficult not to use. Fortunately, we're still stuck on not having a bunch of gunpowder, so we can't do a whole lot of just all all over the place flying, but I mean, we didn't use a full stack getting back from 10,000 blocks away, so going over to get some, while we're doing this. Oh, one more down. So we got an ender chest. Good, good. Take that. Did I not? Okay. Well, somewhere over here we had a flower forest. We can fly over. Oh, there's our channel. It looks so good, and it's free of ice. Anybody remember where the flower forest was over here? Maybe back through here? Other side of the swamp? Those look like or are those azure bluets? Oh, those are daisy. Alright, well. This'll work. I really just need one, but we can bring some back for our bee garden too. Now that we don't have to breed the bees, we don't need, you know, like a stack at most is gonna take care of most of our flower needs. If if we want a full row of any one type of flower, I like to mix them up. The poppies and the dandelions we use enough of, and they're small, they're low, and they're the two super low flower. Oh, I don't want to take all these flowers. We'll certainly leave the dandelions for those guys. So yeah, I like to leave. You do a full row of those two. The azure bluets, I'm not as wild about. I don't know why. Are these the corn? Yeah, okay, so these are the cornflowers instead of the orchids, which we'd had before. So those will be another. These are another one of the, not as cool as the orchids, I don't think, but cool for the garden. And again, that's kind of one of those just things that I appreciate, but I don't think in this climate orchids would do real good just growing in the ground. And again, maybe I'm totally wrong, because people certainly have, out here, as I've said, the columbine is the Colorado state flower, and people certainly plant that in gardens. So maybe they do just fine on the ground. But I always kind of think of those as like a house plant inside as an orchid. So we'll see. Now, the next thing we're gonna need... Oh no, because we can buy the pink, right? So we can make up a bunch of the pig banners. We can decorate in the nether for them. And so that takes that pressure off. I'm kind of thinking maybe yellow with a white flower on the... Oh, now we only had like 14 poppies. I'm just thinking those, whatever bees there are still there, they got lots of dandelions and stuff. We're not leaving them flowerless. Okay. Did I do that? What is that post up there on top of that mountain? Is that just the edge of another mountain or something? I don't think I built that, did I? Could it be a broken portal? Just a weird looking sticky thing. Well, boy, do we have the answer for checking this out, and I think we're ready to... Yep, just a weird looking sticky thing. Okay, back out across the swamp. Hey, witchy poo. I think that was how we cut back. Yeah, there's the other witchy hut that we'd stopped at for a night on the way to our Ender stronghold. All right. Before we have any mishaps, switch those. As I see that Enderman walking away into the trees, that's the risk you can run, so be careful out there, folks. All right. Yeah, why not? Let's make all that yellow dye. Let's get... I don't really like carrying around these firework rockets, because not that we're going to hurt ourselves or anything, but I don't want to waste them just accidentally clicking. It's worse than placing torches accidentally. Alright, now we need wool again. We're going to need some sticks. Well, we never even used that because we didn't find an actual flower forest. We'll just make sticks out of all of these. Can you believe after all those sticks we gathered up on that trip, and here we are making them? Alright. Why not? Bunch of yellow wool. Yellow banner. We need a piece of paper. Flower charge. Then we go to loom. Yellow. Now, I don't know if just... Yeah, that won't do anything. Oh, so we need to get out. Boy, I hope that didn't... I guess if there's anyone to learn the hard way on, it's that. White dye. Flower. White flower. There we go. It's kind of different from all the others, and I think it looks very, flowery colors, spring-like. And it goes with our bed. So there we go. 4 out of the 6. Not bad. Again, I think by the time we've completed our route through the Nether to get to our Badlands house, we'll have hopefully found and set up a means to get fairly steady, and not a true farm efficiency, but fairly steady skulls, and we can use one of those. We're about almost an hour and a half now, so yeah, we're close. I mean, this is this is something totally new to me, so I'm glad to have made up those. We got our world banner there. We're going to use the globe, but these others are just kind of cool to have in a gallery. I think having all of the patterns is kind of a fun new challenge and a good pastime or project to be continually working on along the way. So it's kind of cool. Actually, an orange on yellow would kind of look like a sun, right? That would be kind of cool. Um, well, very cool. This goes in our pattern box. Secret treasure pattern box. If that banner doesn't now get in the way. So there we go. Two different skulls to achieve to get the rest. The rest of this can now go in. Take the rest of these flowers back out to the flower box. A few odds and ends seeds. It's nighttime, it looks like. Sleep. Sip of water. Oh, did I mention that my friend that had us over to eat at his place had like cooked up steaks? He said, "Oh, these I've had these in the freezer for a while, and you're my boys. you won't hate me. So yeah, here you go. Let's cook these up. See how they do." So he did. He does like the whole fancy sous vide cooking, where you use hot water to cook meat first and then sear it at the end, and it was really good. It wouldn't, if you went and paid like $100 for a steak at a fancy dinner, you'd be kind of bummed out. It was like, oh man, then I want a fresh, never frozen kind of steak. But it was really good, and it's just totally not what I do at night at all. I try to be conscious. I could. A couple of years ago, I was in really pretty good shape. I'd worked really hard at it, and pandemic hasn't been exactly, and I kind of let a few things slide, and so been working on it, getting everything tightened back up again. And it's really just deciding that, okay, yeah, I gotta do this again. You can't just pretend like you're 20 and go out. But with the pandemic and all that, sometimes, especially, I think everybody kind of was more prone to, yeah, I need a few kind of just perks and rewards along the way. Things to, kind of just, hey, another day down, got through it. Let's, hey, so, a few times, and for me, it's more at the store. I didn't do a whole lot of delivery. Every once in a while, I'd get something delivered, but that's really food I try to avoid as much as possible. Things like pizza and Chinese food, love them all, really good, but those have to be really rare treats at this point. But even in the store, I'm a few years back, when I really was looking out for things, I would be one of those that not in the center of the grocery store much at all. Just the produce and the dairy and the meat, and the fish are all around the outside of the grocery store. You don't need to go up and down the aisles a whole lot. Now, like, there's stuff, seasonings and some of those kind of things, broth and bases and stuff like that. But there's, in all the prepared foods and the canned foods and all that, there's so much and I'm not a big, organic purist kind of food stuff. That's not what I'm looking or thinking about, particularly when I go shopping and make food choices. I'm really looking at the sugars and the salts and all the artificial flavorings and stuff like that they add in, kind of because they start trying to meet appeal to markets, and it's kind of like the whole sodas deal. You can have caffeine free, or you can have sugar or real sugar, right? Like corn syrup free is the latest one. Or back in the day, you could have sugar free soda, which was, I believe, kind of a diabetic thing. That a lot of people that have type 2 diabetes get into trouble because they drink just a ton of soda. It's one of the worst things, legally, that you can do to your body is just continually live on that. And I'm no, I full on have a dependency with caffeine. I rely on it heavily, and I was stocking up on a very healthy trip to the grocery store. It was lots of produce, a bunch of salad, and that kind of stuff, especially and it was going after the dinner, which was steak, again in the evening. And I was like, well, I can't go home and go to bed. I can't just go to bed on a full dinner like that. I got to kind of give myself a chance to digest a little bit. And sitting here isn't great, but I did walk around after I'd gotten home from the store, after hanging out with my friends, and we'll do one more kind of just out quick walk around. It's kind of late, I don't want to exactly be a person that's just strolling, but it's nice enough evening, warm enough, sweatshirt kind of weather, and we'll be good. So I'll do that to keep the unexpected steak down, because usually I'm a kind of a salad or a veggie in the late afternoon, evening, but I really do try to get carbs and some of those kind of things at a minimum in the evening, and depending on what I've been doing, some protein. And steak, fine, it was wonderful, but yeah, there were some of those little mini cornbread muffins. I had one of those. I was like, oh, that's like dessert for me. So sweet, and pre-prepared and packaged and all that. So good. Just things I don't have a whole lot of. So I had one of those little guys, and I had one beer when I first got there. And I was the driver, so I switched over to tea, which was another reason why I'm still going at this point. But again, you just got to plan ahead. All right, well, I just picked up a bottle of tea. I'll have that after I have one beer, and kind of that tea doesn't have any carbs or sugars or anything like that, as long as you get it unsweetened and unflavored. So real good. Really enjoyed it, had a blast, but yeah, I'm still feeling full. It was so good, so much though. And now, what? Yeah, that's why I was kind of just sitting there looking at the chest and talking. I think let's go get the other stuff out of the two furnaces up here. Oh, that's not a furnace. Do I still have no. Come on, we may get the shovel. Not quite. So what's next for us on the agenda? This was kind of planned. We knew we had to finish up back at the new house, and we had to make our way via the wings back home. But I mean, that shows with the Power 3 rockets and wings with mending, you can travel real quick, and again, that it also shows the difference of flying high and fast without worrying about the ground, or really looking at each biome as you're loading. If you're not searching for stuff, you can fly really quick. If you're dipping down all the time and kind of, okay, what's what's coming, trying to turn back and let the chunks load and all that, that gets much more taxing and slow and dangerous. But around here, when we're all loaded up, yeah, we can fly like the flower stuff. Just psh, why get in a boat and waste all that time? Just go. So we'll need to get our darkroom spawner going to really crank up the gunpowder production, but I don't think that's immediately necessary. The things that we need to do right now, since we just, and again, let me just check the time. I don't want to go over since we're kind of long and had gone. Still 1 hour 35. So we'll just talk here for a few minutes while we're back at the base and call it good. Yeah. So let's go upstairs. We got this tower to stand on. The real, well, the upcoming projects that are pretty big and things that we need to do, we can kind of tick off on the list. We will need to Fortress. We need to continue to improve and pass that along. And I think the house shows, that's not fully finished, like the loft and all that, decorations around the outside. I'd love to put some furniture on the deck, some seats and that kind of stuff. All that fun extra stuff we still have to do. Maybe some window boxes with flowers and things like that along the way. And just plantings around the bottom of the deck. Stuff like that would all be very cool. And we can modify out. We can make that a little bit more of a creeper killing area just on the terracotta. So loads to do out there. But we need to change around and get this cranking a little bit more. Get this into something that's actually worthy of hardcore vanilla Minecraft, not just a getting by deal. So we're on our way there, and we'll keep picking at that. I'm not gonna, we have to spend the next 20 episodes just getting it done. No, let's piecemeal it. So that's gonna be ongoing, and we've now got some alternate color stones. With the red sandstone. Speaking of which, that's something we should be doing. We got all this. We want it all cooked because we want the blast resistance at its peak. And I don't know if I don't know if there's any way to see info in game. Really not sure. I'll check it again. I'm very confident that smooth is stronger than regular in both the colors don't really matter. The blocks are the same, but I believe that once you've cooked it makes sense, right? You cooked it, you hardened it up a little bit. I believe that when all those are set, they will. Oh, look at that, so good. They will be more resistant to blast damage, and we definitely are going to want that if we're really dealing with creepers in the darkroom spawner. So that's on the agenda. But to get to that point, we want those to be able to fly a lot, and we'll need to fly a lot specifically to get the bamboo working. If we start spreading out, if we're going back and forth to like guardian temples and things like that, if we make a raid, any kind of raid setup specifically, all that stuff can be accessed with the wings. But we've got a couple things to do before that will not really require the wings at all. We want to build out to our new base in the Nether and link portals. That's going to be a trek, and along the way we want to get more netherite. So we'll need to either in the same area that we've already started, just go down and make more runs until we got enough to equip our tools. We will want to somewhere, kind of back and forth. I think we'll kind of alternate a little bit where we'll go work in the nether, try to get some netherite, pop back up, go to the end, try to find some more shulkers, go back to the the nether, push our, maybe make the full trek out to the coordinates and kind of set up a far end, see what we run into along the way. That can be a number of adventures. Then when we've done all that, maybe go back out to the end again and try again for some more shulkers, because we're going to be just loading ourselves up with all kinds of materials while we're out there. So, or all working in the nether. So lots and lots and lots and lots of stuff to do in in all those, and I think we can flip those both back and forth. But as I've said before, flying in the end, fine if you're over the nether and you're trying to go to a developed space from your spawn and back, as long as you've got the Enderman under control. But if you're just willy-nilly flying and trying to look at the ground, either to land or to just see what's out there, you're gonna catch they're gonna all register if you look at them inadvertently, and when you land, you could have a very bad time of it. So that's something to be aware of until or unless we find a spot that we really want to fly back and forth to. If we ever made like an ender farm or something in the end, that would be a possibility, but that would be very long term. Not planning on doing that anytime soon. We got plenty of other stuff to do, just kind of as is. And as I've said several times, the big oversized automated farms and stuff, not really my deal. We've got loads of content and playtime to work through. If we find a fortress while we're there, we'll definitely look to farm, set up and farm some withers and get them rocking. So if we get 4 heads, 1 for a banner and 3 more to summon a wither, we'll fight him. We'll get another star. We'll have beacons at that point. We've got plenty of the other materials. Emerald. We can make lots of beacons. We'll just need to keep summoning and defeating withers. So all kinds of fun stuff to deal with. And I'll also look forward to kind of showing how I deal with withers. I think I've got a kind of fun way to fight, and not just completely cheese, but make it a controlled environment that uses some game mechanics that I haven't seen a whole lot of other people just completely make use of, but are kind of fun ways to fight him and deal with it, and also make sure you get a bunch of roses and all that kind of stuff. So lots and lots and lots and lots of stuff ahead, but I do think, aside from when we just want a change of pace and variety, we are going to hit nether and end back and forth. So we should get, for anybody that's been sick of the overland boat travel and the building, don't worry, we're going to be doing a lot of nether and a lot of end. So adventure, we'll get out there and mix it up. We're not just gonna hide away now that we've got our stuff set up. So hope you guys enjoyed this one. I know it was kind of a hodgepodge, but we got a new banner. We got our enchanted golden apple, and that's the one, obviously, that if we don't find any more, we can eventually eat that one. If we get to our first wither fight and we haven't otherwise, we'll certainly have it on us in case we need it. It gets hairy. Usually I just start with a golden apple ready to go, and be ready to keep eating on those. does pretty well for us. But again, we'll cross all those bridges. We got lots of advancements and stuff to keep going on. Still, let's that's a good thing to check here while we're looking. We've gotten a few more advancements along the way, I believe. Done that. I tried for that, just didn't get a luck. We still haven't had any luck hunting for, and we may have to make a farm to get a quick turnaround on drowned and try to take them down for tridents. So we'll see that. It can be a bit grindy, but it's not hard. You can do it very simply. So, and that, of course, once we have those, that opens up the possibility of trying to get a charged creeper. It opens up the possibility of guardian temples and doing all that. So lots of stuff there. This one, just set up and play. We're moving up the list on our hostile monsters here. Down to 9. Let's see if we can think. We got two in the water, the Guardian and the Elder Guardian. We still have an Ender Mite that we haven't seen, I believe. We still have the Wither. That's 4. We have at least 2 out of the raids, because we never saw a Vex, so we'll have to shoot a Vex, and we'll have to shoot, what is the big bull guy? The big bull guy. So, I think that puts us at 6, right? And then, we haven't killed the Tundra skeleton yet. That's a distinct mob. That's 7. 2 more. I don't know. We'll have to give a think there and see that it's kind of when it gets closer. You can certainly do it in the statistics. You can go down the monster list and see what all you've killed, what you haven't. It may. I don't. No, I think we've killed a hoglin. Certainly piglin brutes. We may not have killed a zombie pigman. I don't know if those count though. Because they're not necessarily a hostile. They can become hostile, but not otherwise. Yeah, something else out there I'm not thinking of. We got Evoker. We got Illager. Well, anyway, we're getting close there. Ideally, this is last, right? Ideally, you play through everything else. You never use a totem, because why would you? We'll use them if we have to. And I have certainly been surprised and popped totems without expecting to before. Ever gotten to that point before, so I expect that one will happen when it's ready. I usually just like to set up some golems around a village, maybe as a part pre-raid, just 1 or 2. I don't want to take all the fun out of it, because we want to kill all those mobs too and get the totems and everything. This one's just no big deal. We'll just have to play around, and once we get the dark room spawner, we can get some of those. I don't know that we have piercing 3, maybe piercing 5. How many piercings are there? Anyway, we want to get top level piercing and then Do that. We haven't even shot a crossbow yet, so we can turn one of these back on the pillagers, get up to two right away, and then juice it up and shoot at phantoms. So pretty close. We just need some RNG on the tridents and find out what is a remaining mob I'm not thinking of. In the end, respawn the Ender Dragon. Not a huge deal. We just need a bunch of tears, and those will come. There's another enchantment that may be hidden. Nope, it's this one. When we work on this, we'll end up with a lot of tears. We're gonna set up a deal in the Nether to spawn and fight ghasts and basically pull them back through a portal to where we can kill them in the overworld. Pretty fun. It's just a trick, really. It's just using spawn mechanics and setting it up. But I think I've got a pretty good system, and it does make, all silliness aside with the ghasts, it makes a really good farm for tiers. So we'll definitely want to get that set up. We can also do this. Once we get all the equipment and everything, it's pretty straightforward. It doesn't do a whole lot with this one actually sets a return point on, you can set it here at the base, right? And then instead of going to your spawn, the compass will point you back home again. So if you're out traveling, you just fly, keep your compass in your hand. You don't have to look at the F3 to see what direction you're going. You just aim. So not bad there. This is the one we'll get when we establish our linked portals. With our skeleton skull, hopefully we'll get a little bit better fortress along the way that we can use to farm a few of those guys. Summon the Wither, we need 3 skulls to do. Furious Cocktail, we're building towards that. We still need to set up a turtle farm at some point to get one of the potions there. This is the one that it's a little silly because we don't have a whole lot in hardcore of use for it, but we'll do it and cross that bridge when we get to it. Again, not a huge rush. Piglins will throw a piece of gold. We got lots of gold to throw at them. That's easy enough to get. We have to ride a strider. That's kind of fun. It goes with the breeding, which I think we'll get to here. Breed all the animals. We're real short there. We basically got all the crop animals and nothing else. So lots to do on that. We'll kind of save. I think that and the cats. Save those for a while until we've got the gunpowder at least and can fly around easily. That'll speed both of those up. Catch fish without a fishing rod. It kind of shows you what it's looking for there. We can do that eventually. It's just a throwaway kind of deal when we get too bored. Eat everything that is edible, even if it's not good for you. That's why we have this enchanted golden apple over here, and that's a big win. We're not quite halfway yet, but with some dedicated effort, it's not too difficult. It's just kind of one of those, hey, I'm going to work on this today. And, as long as you got all the crops and all the base ingredients, not too tough. We've already got the end stuff. We just have to make the foods and go around. There's the bad foods that we haven't eaten yet. We'll have to go through all those. And, it's not tough. But just preparation. Use netherite ingot to upgrade a hoe and then reevaluate your life choices. This is the one that I think I've mentioned before. It just bums me out. And we'll probably still break a diamond hoe at some point just for the memory's sake of doing it. Just like we'll eat cake. We don't need that for all the foods, which is stupid. But we'll do it for the nostalgia. We may also jump a pig off a cliff and ride, while we're riding it, because we can, and because that used to be a thing you used to have to do when they were achievements in Java. So now instead of using up and wasting a a diamond hoe, which was the, reevaluate your life choices. Yeah, why did I just spend all this time wearing down a hoe? Instead, it's okay. Well, I just used a resource on a hoe, something I've already got mending on. we did. We're already set up to do that for our harvesting of the carrots and the potatoes. So yeah, why wouldn't we put netherite on? We're gonna have enough eventually. That's not gonna be a deal. So kind of silly. And here, I think we're all done. But I think this is where how did we get here lives somewhere in here. I don't know, unless it's built off the brewing, which it may be. I think it may actually live off this Furious Cocktail as a hidden advancement of having every effect in the game applied at the same time. And that one takes that's kind of end game content for vanilla hardcore. Real big challenge. Lots of prep work, lots of little tricks and puzzles you're gonna have to figure out on your own to get those set. So we've still got a lot to do, but fun to check the status and just talk through late on a night here. But I think we've returned. We've repaired pretty well. We got a few tools here. We'll gear back up next time, but I think our next stop is Nether and more netherite if we can find it. Maybe we combine that a little bit and start heading in the direction that we want. We won't do the math tonight because why worry about how far we have to go just yet? But yeah, we'll start plucking that direction and heading out. Obviously, it's going to be opposite the way we already went, so away from the Bastion Remnant that we've currently got a link into, because we're going to be going northwest instead of east, pretty much due east to the end portal. So all in good time. We'll get there for all of it as we go. We'll just hope to come across adventure and some good biomes to find more netherite and all that stuff. So look forward to joining you guys next time, or having you guys join me next time, I guess. But I think I'm just kind of rambling. We are just